face again. If I cannot hold your hand right now, I guess I'll have to wait till I'm out. I will see you on the astral planes. Hold on tight, no need to be afraid. We will soar up high into the sky. This is how it feels to be alive. Open up your eyes and you will see. This is how real love was meant to be. And I don't plan to fail again, wearing my heart on my sleeve. Dreams are reality. Dreams are our sanity. Dreams are what they're meant to be. Why don't you understand me? Dreams are reality. Dreams are our sanity. Dreams are what they're meant to be. Why don't you understand me? Every night we sleep, and our bodies drift away. We travel to the nicest places, far away from here. We just don't know.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Horry Sheet Show for another episode of the Flat Earth News. Today we're going to talk, tonight we're going to talk about a couple of things that made the grade. First up, let me say hi to everybody in the chat. How are you guys doing? See a few of y'all. Let me pop up the tab again. What's going on, Flat Earth friends? Salted Cedar, Flat Man. Also got True That Earth is Flat up in the house. What's up, man? And Mart Fasheen, Rob Morrill, what's up? Adam Geringer, what's up, buddy? So it's always so funny when you hear somebody talking about space at work or some other irrelevant conspiracy. Ugh, yeah. Hey, Bob, what's going on? Glowbusters is here. So the first thing I wanted to talk about actually was the FECORE Balaton laser experiment. They had a successful laser experiment at 12 kilometers. And they posted quite a bit of information there on their FECORE website, which I'll go ahead and link right here for everybody in the chat room, what I will be checking out and reading from and showing off, etc., etc. And just gonna give you guys just a quick like teaser, basically, because I want you to go there and give that website some traffic and all that stuff. But let's check it out. Let's see what they did. Let's look at some pictures from it. So here we go. I like that first picture there on the front. Lake Balaton results, success at 12 kilometers. I'm having a little trouble blowing this up on my screen here. Maybe I won't be able to do that. Okay. So when you get there, there's a little slideshow. You can just click on this little arrow and you can see the equipment that they used. So FECORE Inc. is an independent scientific research organization. They have conducted successful curvature and light refraction experiments using high-powered, I guess it's collimated laser devices at Lake Balaton from February 21st through the 27th of this year. So that's what they've been up to. It's been a grueling experience. You couldn't get me to go in, what was it, like 10 degrees, negative 10 degrees, what was it, Celsius? Or, I don't know, 10 degrees anything. I don't care. If it's a 10 and it has to do with the weather, I'm not going outside. If it's negative 10, there's no chance. And yes, I got smaller. The beers did not get bigger. Next, here's a picture. Everybody, look at these awesome people. It's Karen B. She's my favorite. And this is the engineers, the helpers, and the professional film crew that gathered over there in Hungary. This is people from 10 different countries. And in the next picture, they show Lake Balaton as being, it's one of the largest lakes on the continent over there, 592 square kilometers or 228.6 square miles. It's considered to be the largest lake in Central Europe. There is that bad mamma jamma. And anyway, they said that basically they're going to do a week-long series of experiments to determine if Lake Balaton was flat or if it was convex due to the curvature or supposed curvature of Earth. And well, all bodies of water are presumed to be convex because of the supposed shape of the Earth being round. So this assumption goes against our measurements and observations at the lake. Lake Balaton is flat. So it's you know, from that distance, you're going to have some curvature, a lot of curvature. And if you could see that laser at even 12 kilometers, it's a ball killer. But they're going to do a much larger one. I forget what the final test is going to be. What is it, Bob? What's the stretch you guys are trying to make? But let me see. I want to show you the picture here. You guys can look at all the specifics, but there you go. Yeah, they broke a record. This is what I wanted. The day before the 12-kilometer distance was achieved, Hungarian Records officials certified an FECORE laser test at a 7.5 or 7.7 kilometer range. So that basically was setting the Hungarian record for handheld laser distance targeting. Awesome. Congratulations on that, guys. And you could see the camera hitting, or the laser hitting the camera's eye, I believe, in one of the next pictures. That's what I want to show. Yeah, here it is, the center of the blue beam. That white spot is like the center of the laser. But anyway, check it out. Yeah, the temperature was minus 11 Celsius. No way. You guys can have that. But thank you for the work that you guys do. Check it out, fecore.org, Lake Balaton experiment. And I can't wait to see some video from this. Show your support. If you can donate, that's definitely worth doing. Next on my notes, let me say hi to the chat real quick. There's the chat. 66.6 kilometers there, Bob. That's going to be your what you're aiming for that laser test. Wow, That's going to be awesome. Definitely can't wait for that. I mean, ball killer at that point. That's just throwing the ball completely out the window. Like, forget it. I didn't say anything about anybody being a mechanic, Bob. Hope that wasn't for me. All right, the next one I'm going to show. Let's see, the next little bit of info here on the list is conspiracy videos. Are they being censored on YouTube? And is YouTube trying to debunk them by showing, of all things, a Wikipedia link directly above your video title that would supposedly give you the correct information about that? So is that what we're getting now? YouTube is going to start saying, oh, the Earth is not flat, and here is Mick West to tell you why. Here is Bill Nye, the mechanic. Bill Nye, the science schmuck. One of those guys. That's what we're going to start seeing on our videos now. And this comes straight from Washington Post and a YouTube article. I mean, I'm sorry, a Yahoo article. I'm gonna read it. It says, and I'll have these in the source notes probably, but the article from Washington Post, and I quote, YouTube's move arrives as Facebook, Twitter, and Google were attacked by lawmakers for not doing enough to prevent foreign meddling on their networks during the election. So they're doing this because of the election and the Russian stuff going on there. It's that whole circus show, right? Another link from Yahoo, their article, it says YouTube is cracking down. YouTube says it's cracking down on conspiracy videos, though it's scant on the details. So obviously, you know, they're just not giving all the information up about the whys, I guess. But they said conspiracy videos abound on YouTube, whether it's about the Earth being flat or school shootings being staged. YouTube, its parent Google, Facebook, and Twitter are also, so it says YouTube, its parent Google, Facebook, and Twitter are all facing challenges with the spread of misinformation, propaganda, and fake news. So they're just going to put, you know, all of our truth work, they're going to blanket it with all the other, you know, propaganda and fake news and misinformation. So a lot of our videos, and they even mentioned, look, YouTube CEO Susan, and I can't even pronounce this, Wojcicki, said at a conference Tuesday that the company will include links to the online encyclopedia Wikipedia to try to debunk videos espousing conspiracy theories. And they even said something about specifically flat Earth in that article on Yahoo. So they know. They know about some flat Earth, and they're trying to cover up all kind of stuff. For them to say flat Earth, though, it means a lot. You can go look up that article. I have a link in the source. Crazy. And the next thing I want to talk about has a little bit of something to do with this here. And it's pretty absurd if you ask me. Have you ever heard, let me pull up the picture, give you guys a visual of, quote unquote, visual of this. What is this? Where is it? There it is. There it is. What is this? It's obviously, you know, some sort of artist rendition, right? If you ask me, that's what I think it is. I can zoom in on it. Yeah, it gets kind of grainy, but for real, this is supposed to be Comet Lovejoy. Comet Lovejoy. Isn't that nice? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what this is all about. I copy and paste the link here in my browser, and we're gonna read it together. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, this is straight from NASA.gov. Okay. It says, Comet Lovejoy lived up to its name by releasing large amounts of alcohol as well as a type of sugar into space, according to new observations by an international team. The discovery marks the first time ethyl alcohol, the same type in alcoholic beverages, has been observed in a comet. The finding adds to the evidence that comets could have been a source of the complex organic molecules necessary for the emergence of life. Isn't that nice? Pushing that we are space poop theory, I guess. You know, we are. Let me read what it says here. Let me try to drag the tab over because I can't even read that. We found that Comet Lovejoy was releasing as much alcohol as in at least 500 bottles of wine every second during its peak activity, said Nicolas Biver of the Paris Observatory in France, lead author of a paper on the discovery published October 23rd in Science Advances. So that's really what they're saying. Releasing as much alcohol as in at least 500 bottles of wine every second during its peak activity? Are you kidding me? That's like ridiculous. Oh, come on. But this is NASA.gov. This isn't a BS website. I'll show you guys. I mean, what is, you know, ridiculous. Where is it? Well, this is that article. I'll put it right there in the chat right now. I have like too many tabs open at this point. Something went wrong, but you guys can look at that on your own leisure. Crazy. The next thing I want to talk about, DITRH has a cool video that just came out, and I don't even know what to make of this. I've seen the sun disappearing from clouds, but this kind of takes that to the next level. Before we look into that, though, I want to read the chat, tell everybody hello. All right, cool. Did I miss anything? Bob, do you know the laser dot size and at what distance? Everybody's talking about the laser experiment. Cool. Yeah, what a load of BS, Bob, right? I mean, they really expect us to believe this. My wife says she'll go to she used to go to her grandpa and she'd watch his TV, and he had old west. He has two things on all the time. It's old westerns, or he had like some science channel on that was showing NASA a lot. And they have like hours and hours and hours and hours of, you know, space quote unquote facts. And this stuff is like really bad CGI of all these supposed scenarios and you know, black holes like sucking in planets and stars blowing up and all these things, and it's all like CGI, like real bad graphics too. And you know, and this would just play. And this is, I think, what Eddie Bravo said he did. He was a big space nerd, and he found out. Well, he would. Was it him and Joe Rogan that would do this, or I might be getting it kind of mixed up? But anyway, when you hear about people binge watching this kind of stuff from NASA and not giving it a second thought, and then finding out about the flat Earth, and then going back to what they remember seeing from NASA, and they're like, "Oh my God, wait! I wasn't watching real space stuff," and they would show me all this, and then they go back, and you're trying to find a real image from Earth from space, a real video, you know, and you're like, nope. Wait a second, and the further back you go, like the 60s, 70s, like you get those videos, it's really bad. And you compare it to the Tesla launch, and it's really bad. You know, they're still not good at faking it. It's absurd, but yeah, that's it. So yeah, we're expected to believe that this comet was spewing out wine and alcohol, outer space, sugar. Yeah. Not buying it. Let's take a look at DITRH's video here. Boom. And I'm gonna blow this up real quick to full screen. Let me do it like this. And I want to unmute it so we can all hear it. Where is it? Full browser. Sorry, not used to. Oh, it's not on that one. That's convenient. What browser is this? All right, do this. Sorry, that's not good either. those technical difficulties, though. Yeah, I really didn't plan on doing that, right, huh? Give me a second, guys. Full browser. I'm actually figuring out... Okay, there it is. Couldn't figure out how to redrag my browser for a second. Now I got it. All right. Should have did this pre-show. Okay. Now if I can Alt-Tab back, we're good. So this is DITRH's new Sun video. Sorry. Caused by looking through the thickest part of the atmosphere, David said. Now watch right here how it almost looks unreal. Now I've seen this happen with a lot of clouds in the way. That looks crazy right there. Just disappears. That's slower. I mean, what are we seeing right there? It really seems like the sun is a focal point of light in the sky. That's what that screams to me. So, anyway, check out that video. There's a little bit more to it. Go ahead and give David a view on that video. The DITRH YouTube channel. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. What gets me is that little tiny bit of cloud that is still left right before it disappears. You just barely see that little smudge, and it's an optical illusion. Yeah, it'll mess with you. And now let me read you a post that he said. Of course, David says that, well, this was a 10x, 10 times the speed sun time lapse. So, you know, it disappears like that 10 times slower, I guess. But still, it's really fascinating to watch it disappear like that. David believes the sun doesn't shine forever. Light doesn't shine forever. And I tend to believe that too. And he has a post below the video. He says, the reason most people don't ever get to experience this is because from the ground, their view of the sun gets eclipsed by either some land feature in the distance or the atmosphere blocking deck that is far above their eye line. He goes on to say, also the conditions have to be extremely clear and very dry. Otherwise, there is an even higher atmospheric blocking cloud deck that will eclipse the sun at a much closer distance before its throw of light fades out. And then he says, on top of that, you would need to zoom in with a good lens because at that distance, the angular size of the fading sun is so small, your eye can't resolve it. And he's getting attacked with comments. This other guy says to him, hey, numbnuts, you're looking through thinner atmosphere with altitude, not thicker. And David replied back to him, which was perfect. He goes, which is why I was able to see it could go all the way to... David says, which is why I was able to see it could go all the way to where its light could not reach me. If I was lower, it would have gotten eclipsed by the thicker atmosphere deck at a much closer distance simply due to perspective. So, you know, go show David you some support on that if you, especially if you have some experience with that kind of phenomena. He needs some help. He doesn't need help, but he gets attacked just like I get attacked. And these people don't know, David's on the ground doing stuff like this. These people are doing experiments, real experiments, and we're getting attacked by trolls that just want to parrot stuff that they heard or think that they know, and it's ridiculous. Next up, I want to talk about Mark Sargent, a couple of things he's been doing. He's been doing some interviews, like left and right. He's dropping them on his channel, and I'm going to read a list of the different interviews that he's done, also some of the meetups that have been happening, just to kind of give you a gauge some of the activity going on. If it's happening, Mark's talking about it. He's just on top of it. Let me say hi to the chat real quick. All the tabs. So many tabs open. All right, let me scroll up a bit. Bob, thanks. Was a greater distance also attempted? And if so, what happened? Oh, yep. Bob cleared it up. What happened with the Brazil Flat Earth Project? Brazil Flat Earth Project. Do a call-in show sometime soon. That was fun, Wesley. Yeah, I might do some tonight. It depends on how everything's going here in just a minute. Let's see if anybody tagged me. If you got something for me, just go ahead and make sure you tag me, tag my name, do a @. And if you don't know this, if you're in YouTube and you're chatting to people, you can do the @ symbol and type the first 2 or 3 letters of their name, and you'll get a list. And if you click on their name, it finishes typing it. Or you can just hit tab or space or something like that. And once the full name is typed, it's going to highlight orange for that person when they see your text. So I'll see it. Hey, Horry. Zulu1, what's up? How you doing, buddy? Love your show. Zulu1's YouTube channel, guys. Go check it out. Mark, drop a link to your channel in the chat. If you watch Mark Sargent's Strange World show every Tuesday, which I like to, you can hop in the Zulu1 YouTube channel. He's simulcast it, so you can listen to it pretty much still in real time, but have a lot of cool people that show up in the chat, like Bob from Glowbusters, and DITRH is in there, and Mark Sargent and Flat Earth. Well, not Mark Sargent. He's actually doing the show, but sometimes Patricia will show up in there. So it's really cool. It's a fun place to chat while the show's going on. Read above. Brazil Convex Earth Group. Yeah. That's coming up in what? They just did like a trailer and said that they were going to do something, right? A bunch of scientists over there. Is that the same thing? Yeah, Convex Earth. Let's see what they got. That's how I feel about it, right? Orwall 1234, just saying hello, been a while. Hey, man, how you doing? John G's in here. What's up, buddy? All right, let's move on here. Is that what you're saying, Bob, about the Convex Earth? What do you think about that, Bob? What do you think that they're bringing to the table that would be drastically different than what we, are already researching and what we already think of the Earth to be? Like, is it something we're gonna get flat smacked over or convexed smacked over? Like, what you get? Because I don't know. I think it might kind of go hand in hand. It's got to, right? Anyway, Mark Sargent has done interviews with British Columbia. That must be. I'm just going to read off some of these things I've typed here. This is from his channel, and these are different interviews that I've listed. British Columbia, Don Spears Ministries, Alabama Radio, Unexplained Podcast, and The Voice of London. Each one's usually like an hour long, and they just ask him questions, and you can kind of get an idea for how these people are reacting to it, and how they're taking it, and it's just always interesting to hear people's reaction to it for kind of the first time when they interview Mark. So if you like that sort of thing, check it out. Also, he's putting up, new, like I said, new ones constantly. He's reading his email a lot lately. So if you sent him emails, he's constantly going through emails, and some of these are pretty interesting. Some of these people that email him say, "Oh yeah, I have a certain proof, and I'm still working on this experiment, yada yada." So it's interesting to kind of see through Mark Sargent some stuff that's just not even out yet. And I wish that some of these people would get back in touch with them. And I wish I would have took some notes on a certain episode because some guy said that he had a really nice chunk of flat earth proof to bring to the table, but I don't know what ever happened from it. He also does promo videos. So some of the places that he's put up promo videos for has been Connecticut, Phoenix, Manchester, Strongsville, Ohio. There's been meetups in Winston-Salem, Bristol in the UK, and even St. Paul, Minnesota, just to name a few. So a lot of meetups been going on. These are just from the past month or so. Amazing. And that's what Mark does. So if you have a meetup, or if you want to see if there's a meetup going on, subscribe to Mark Sargent's channel. He'll pop it up there, and people basically say, "Yo, I have a meeting. Will you put it on your channel, Mark?" And he'll throw a video out just to get extra eyes. So that's the way to do that and get a bunch of eyes on your stuff or your event. The next thing I want to talk about, it's pretty interesting, and I'm not going to really go through too much info on it because I haven't taken really any notes. But let me see if I can pull up the screen again. All right, here it is. All right, so it's a video from LSU and CPRA. They made a video about river studies, and they've modeled. Hold on here. I wish I could. I'm using two different tabs. This is kind of a mess to do this, but there we go. Let's wait for this to play. They took the Mississippi River, and they modeled it like to scale, the most realistic representation. Wait, what happened? They took the Mississippi River and modeled it like this. I'll show you. Here it is. They recreated it, and they're trying to study it to see how water flows and see how the land erodes and things like that. I mean, all these scientists, look at this. And they're pumping water through it, through the little, river there, and it just looks like a map of the world from above Mississippi. It really does. So they did a great job, and they're trying to study it. But guess what? They left out one major detail on the scale, which even on a scale like this, scaled representation of this amount of land mass like this, you could actually see what? Or should actually see what? Curve. And there is no curve. The thing is completely flat. As because the whole river, Mississippi River, is flat. They pretty much proved the flat earth in this model. And what would happen if they tried to put any curvature to this at all? Like, how would they be able to study it? So I mean, they have to like basically they're either wasting a whole lot of money doing this because they're leaving out the fact that they can't observe gravity properly on this model, or what? What's going on here? But that's cool. I mean, it's great. I admire that they did this. Look at that. I mean, people standing on it before they painted it. It's really cool. They just kind of prove the flat earth. They just don't know it. And this happens a lot. They're not factoring the curve of Earth into that model any more than engineers are factoring the curvature of Earth into their bridges. And they'll tell you. Mark Sargent's had plenty experts on the show, surveyors, engineers, mechanical engineers, tell you that we don't, you can look at the blueprints. There's no factor curvature in these long, building plans and stuff. No. So anyway, I think that's all I had for you guys. I don't want to keep this too long. I kind of wanted to make a short one. Can I get some stuff out the way? But that Lovejoy comet, that was just something that, oh my gosh. That's what they're feeding us. I don't know. Do you guys want to do a call-in? I can do a call-in show. I have not set up the Skype, so what I'll do is I'll grab my phone and I'll throw the number in. We can do that to end the show. Or the Flat Curious project, if you don't know what that is, I have received a few of the video reactions that I asked for. And these are people who have been paid $5 to watch Flat Earth videos, 10 or 15 minutes of a video, and I gave them this time 5 different videos to watch, 5 different really good videos. So regardless, let's say they maybe watched 15 minutes of one and didn't really like it. Maybe they watched a couple minutes. Maybe they had a little trouble picking which one they were going to write about for this order anyway. So they might have watched 10 minutes of stuff from all these different videos. Oh, look, somebody's calling in already. They got me on speed dial. Cool. I'll get back to that. Let's see who this is here. And tell me if the volume is off. I'll be reading the chat. Hey, welcome to the Horry Sheet Show. Who is speaking?
Hey, this is Wes Stace, Flat Earth News Talk.
Wes Stace.
Real quick.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, just hanging out, man, having fun, talking some Flat Earth, and trying to get everybody to maybe join in, or if they're close enough to Minnesota, come on down to the meet on the 31st. It's going to be fun over at the Flat Earth Brewery. And yes, the owner is a Flat Earther, just to let everyone know. But their employees think he's freaking out of his mind.
So that's Minnesota. The what is it again there?
Yeah, you're gonna get that no matter what.
What's the name of the place again? I just forgot. I was gonna say it.
Flat Earth Brewery.
That's what I thought. I thought maybe I got that wrong. Flat Earth Brewery. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically a lot of them have been popping up left and right.
Wow.
I'm sure in your town too. Like I went and worked at, not worked at, I mean, I was the builder doing their brewery, which was the 612 brew, which is not too far from the Flat Earth Brewery. But they're basically a bar that's also a brewery. And when you walk in it, they have it very rustic. And you can see the big vats and everything, all nice, pretty chrome, or stainless steel, that is. Then they got, you know, rustic tables that look like some guy built it in a barn. I mean, it's the coolest atmosphere ever.
Cool.
And they serve basically their brew that they brew.
Cool, cool. That sounds like a place that I should pop up and host an impromptu live stream. That would go great.
Absolutely. God, that'd be cool.
That would be.
Well, you're not that far from Minnesota, are you?
Whew, I don't know. Arkansas is how far away from Minnesota? I'd have to do the math, but yeah.
Well, are you in California or no?
No, I'm in Arkansas right
Arkansas.
now.
Oh, Arkansas. No, you're talking a day's drive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, depending on which way you go. I mean, if you go through like Missouri on over, yeah, it'll take you about a day and a half.
That's a journey. That's a journey,
yeah.
but
I mean, if there's a shortcut, I'm sure there is. There's got to be.
It would be fun though. That would be cool. That'd be a cool place to pop up and do a show. But
yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Great, man.
Great. We're hoping to have at least me and Authentic Intent. We're hoping to have a good 35 to 40 people there.
Nice. That's cool.
So
that's cool.
It'd be really fun.
You oughta, when's it happening? Say it again.
It is happening this month, the 31st.
31st. So
on a Saturday.
And it's the 19th today. So everybody has a little time to make some plans and get out there to Minnesota.
Yeah, just a couple weeks left.
Nice. Cool.
Hey, by the way, I did get a professional studio mic, and I cannot wait to try it out next Sunday.
Are you gonna record? You got your gig going for fiverr or what? You gonna try that out?
Yes, I definitely am. Yeah, I'm gonna try that out, and I also need to get in touch with you on just a one-on-one on working at OSPS.
OBS. Yeah. What is your biggest, or do you know anything about it? Do you know what your struggle is yet?
I know not a clue.
Not a thing.
I mean,
Okay.
I can barely run my own damn Hangouts.
Oh, great. Well, that's cool. I just set up a screen where I can share my actual screen. I don't mind doing that and showing people kind of some. I'll show you the back door of my set, and you guys can see how I have all of this really set up. And it'll give you some ideas. But
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
yeah, I have basic tabs like when I switch over to full screen, you know, browser view. That's just a very, very simple thing to do in your setup, and then you can see how I have. You just kind of see how it is. I'll set up some stuff, and you know, I did a tech tip video today. As a matter of fact, that's the perfect thing that I can talk about for people that I know who watch my stuff. I should do a little tech tip OBS starter kit. You know, these are the 4 screens that you should, you know, all content streamers should have. You know, your full screen webcam.
You can actually do a Fiverr campaign and do a video on how to run OBS from start to finish for $5.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, and then I can take all the videos that I put up for you guys for free and lump them into a zip file, and then make a Fiverr gig and say, here's I'll teach you all these things in OBS in less than 30 minutes through 5 videos for just $5. And bam,
there you go.
$5. I'll get money for that constantly. That's a thing.
Yeah,
that's a reality.
Split it up into a 10-part series if you want.
Oh, looks like I got another call. I didn't know. I don't know who else is calling in. Anything else you want to share with us, Leslie?
Just to let you know that the mic that I did get, I got at, if anyone's interested, I got it at wish.com for $18. It is a professional condenser microphone. It's awesome.
Nice. That's a pretty cheap deal. Professional condenser mic,
really
18.
Flashing. It comes in gold.
Nice.
Very cool.
Cool. Well, thanks for calling in. Always appreciate it. And yeah, feel free to call in anytime I do the call-in show, buddy. Thanks for calling.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Peace. All right, let's see if I can grab that call. I'm sure it's, yep. Looks like it hung up on you. So if you just called, you can go ahead and call back, or I can ring you back. Let's see. I'll go ahead and ring you back. I think I know who it is. Let's see. Is it Shanna? Let's see if it's Shanna. Let's see if they answer. If not, let's see who it was. I like doing that. We'll flat smack them. I don't care who it is.
Holy shit, this is the Horry Sheet Show.
Horry Sheet is right. Who is this?
This is Adam Garinger, man. I've been watching you for a while.
Hey, buddy, how's it going? Yeah, I've been seeing you in chat often. Thanks for the support. And what's up, man? What you up to?
Shit, nothing much, dude. You know, just working, killing it. Watching you whenever I can. I want to give a shout out to Flat Accord Music. You know, he's been pumping out a lot of tunes lately, and I tried to get some of his stuff on a radio here in South Carolina, but they're being douches about it.
Dude, yeah. Flat Accord Music, he's got some cool stuff. I like his stuff. I've shown it in some of my videos on the Flat Earth Digest. Definitely. Drop your link in the chat, Flat Accord. He's usually in there. Cool.
Yeah, man. I also want to say, like, you know, this idea that, you know, or whatever that you got going on, like, it's actually like really, really good.
The Flat Curious Project.
The feedback that we get from, like, you know, all the people and stuff.
Yeah, it's fun watching their first reaction to, you know, a high quality, like, sit down, like, focus. You know, you're getting paid to do this, so they have to kind of focus, like, enough to, like, take in this info just to write about it or just to speak about it. So they have to focus enough. That's the real thing. And I'm going to play one of the videos, I think, for you guys. Hold on, my room is getting opened up here. No, I'm streaming. Do you need something? Oh, okay, we'll cook some food in a minute. So I might not have time to do it in this episode, but I was going to show like a preview of what one of the newer ones that I got, the video reaction. But this guy, you could see in the video, he just kind of sits back and he's like, oh, like his mind's just blown, you know. I can't wait to watch that. So maybe we'll do that this, let's see, I don't even know what day it is, but probably by this weekend I'll end up doing that. But it's been fun for me too to watch these people react or watch them write about it. I've even got them to write, you know, up to 500 words on it. It's it's been fun. Not, and you know, even more so after they finish, I kind of like go back and send them a message about whatever they had a kind of a question about, and then I have them by the end of our conversation. They're like, "Oh wow, really? So this is a serious thing? I'm gonna look into it. Yeah, I'm gonna look into it." And we just hired the first guy to do his video reaction after we hired him already to do a text reaction. So we're gonna get to see what he had to say after a second dose of Flat Earth, and yeah, it should be fun.
Dude, yeah, like a repeat reaction video.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I wanted to like pose this idea, since like your show seems to be pumping out great ideas. Like what if you asked the chat what would be like some of the hard hitting flat Earth evidences in like short little spans. That way you can like chop up the video and present that as what I guess those people that you're getting to watch the videos,
yeah,
that as what they watch in like short little video spans, and then ask them question whenever they're writing their responses. Ask them how could this be relevant to you?
You know what you said is basically what I want to do, and it's going to take me some time to figure out how to find all the little things that people would either write down or because that's essentially what these Flat Earth compilation videos that ODD and everyone else is making, like Mark Sargent's Flat Earth Clues is just a bunch of info that he's tied together and spoke. But ODD will go out and take, like, say that or something maybe Eric did and put visuals to it, and it's basically mostly regurgitated material. Nobody's saying anything brand new, but they're just presenting it in a different way, in a more easily or less easily digestible way. And so, yeah, what you're saying is already in the plans. I want to make my own video so I can just do it in my own way. I want to talk about it in the show setting like this and show it on the screen behind me, and then pop it to full screen, just in a very similar fashion to how I just do my own show already. And I think people will be able to look at that sort of Flat Earth video, and maybe it will be a little more intimate for them, because like we have a voiceover and some slideshow pictures style videos is one thing, or a nice voiceover and some moving video is one thing, but a person talking about it, putting their face on it, it's almost like new. So if I have a video of that caliber, and if I make a good one, it will not that I want to be famous. That's actually, I'd rather wear a mask and do this, to be honest. But I just want it to be digestible, and that's a different way to digest Flat Earth information. Just to have a walking like live actor, live presenter style of a Flat Earth video. So it's in the mix for several reasons. And yes, I will take that and like show it to the flat curious people that I get to do the $5 thing. So it's definitely in the works.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. I mean, like, I'm really down to see anything that you do. I mean, like, your show is actually pretty badass, man. I gotta say.
Thanks.
But, I'm gonna hop off here just in case, because I like to keep it short, just in case anybody else wanted to like hop on. But yeah, dude, love you, man. Be on the dream plane. I'm not dreaming black. And everybody else in the chat, love y'all. Be good.
Hey, man. Love you too. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for the support. And stick with me, bro. Thanks for helping me wake people up. Peace out. Cool. All right, guys. I have to go cook, or at least put in a pizza. Let me see what the chat is saying right now, because that really doesn't take me a whole lot of time. I could just step right out, throw in the pizza, and have 15 minutes before I have to do anything, and I think I could squeeze in one of these videos. And I want to show you. First, I'll read his notes, and then we'll look at his video. What do you guys say about that? Interested in that, or should I save it for the actual Flat Curious Project show? I'm giving you guys a chance at a sneak peek, I guess. Private Jet is over at the Grease Monkey getting an oil change, says Glowbusters. What are you guys talking about? Horry Sheet, nice graphics. Adam Young, thanks, buddy. Flatsmackees music is in there. What's up? I hope you put your link in. Do it. Do it now. Flatsmackees says play it. Is that pizza round? FE Viking, yes. Yes, the pizza is actually, it favors my current proposed model of the flat earth, yes. I doubt there are any billionaire flat earthers. There might be 1 or 2 millionaires, Geocentric Love says in the chat. All right, so I'll give you guys a sneak peek. Let me go pop in a pizza. Let me give you something to listen to, something cool to watch. And we'll do that. So hold up. La 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 la. I'll sing for you guys right now until everything is set. And we're going to sing Row, Row, Row Your Boat. So, row. No, I'm just kidding. YouTube. I like to go to no copyright sounds. One day I'm gonna have my stuff together when I do this live stream, but you know, right now is pretty much the end of, you know, I usually tell everybody my stream has now officially ended. That's pretty much at this point. Now it's like, hey, if you want to get a sneak peek of what else I do, that's what we're doing. But the news, everything like that, I'm pretty much done presenting all that. So if you came here for that, thanks for watching. Hope you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. And meanwhile, let's do this. I don't know. Melodic dubstep. There you go. You guys want some melodic dubstep? We can do that. I'll go put in a pizza. I'll be right back. It's not going to be long at all. I do have to do something for 10 seconds. 10-second commercial. That's good. I could do that for 10 seconds. Alright, be right back. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so here we're gonna go ahead and take off the belly dancer so nobody gets too distracted. And I will pull up the video I have to go download it. So let me go to the Fiverr website real quick and download it. All right, buying. I'm going to go to orders. And let's start with completed, I think. All right, delivered. All right, let me see. Okay, here's one. Here's the guy. I don't want to. This is like a special. This is. I want to hold off on this guy. I want to hold off on this guy because I don't know. Let's read. Let's see from this guy who. Okay, he finally got back to me on this. I would like to see this. So let me save his. Download it. All right, 7 seconds left. I think, is that 7 seconds? No, it says 2 minutes. What the hell am I going to do for 2 minutes? I'm trying to live stream here. No, it's just going to be a minute. All right, so while that's playing, while that's downloading, just say hi to everybody in the chat, see who stuck around. Glowbusters, Bill Flatner. Hey, Flat Trotter SS, you made it here. Shanna, honey, how's it going? Orwall 1234, it's crazy because it's running backwards, right? The belly dancer. Yes, it does. The belly dancer comes forward and then she stops and then she goes backwards for like a while. And you can see that at some point if you've got a keen eye. I don't think they serve pizza in Gitmo for Podesta the Molesta. Oh! Yeah, Geocentric Love, says John Doe. Alright. I basically live off of pizza, says Orwall. Alright. I think that's done. Alright, so check this out. Let me switch to full screen VLC. Or do this first.
Alright, we're doing this reaction video for Planet Flat Earth 2018 nature documentary.
Just our common sense everyday perception of the Earth.
Alright, so he was watching one of Eric's videos. Let's look at the last 2 minutes of his what he says here. Hold on. Let me just find it real quick.
But like I said, they do their homework. Honestly, the little bit that I've seen here is not enough to convince me. However, how are we if it's a flat?
All right.
Watches the sunlight.
I mean, a lot of this stuff.
All right, so here's where he starts talking. So let's see what he says.
Okay. So, what I... Okay, this is weird. I mean, a lot of this stuff makes sense. The biggest thing for me that doesn't make sense is how are we, if it's a flat Earth, how are we going around the world? Are we going through some kind of wormhole? You know, if that's the case, then there's something that, you know, we need to examine. And if NASA really is lying to us, then why, you know, why are they such a big name? And how could they get away with all of that? It'd have to be some kind of mass conspiracy, which a lot of people work for NASA, a lot of people work for the space program today. So, I mean, this is like, is all the people that are working in those environments, whether it's in Russia or China, is that a big lie? And how do we have satellites? So how do we have GPS satellite phones that are pinpointing locations? I mean, some people could say triangulation, perhaps. But how are we launching satellites, you know, in orbit around the Earth, if it was a flat Earth? So these are some of the things that are kind of something more to look into. If you took the information in this video and said, hey, the Earth is definitely flat, then then a lot of people would have to do their homework. Honestly, the little bit that I've seen here is not enough to convince me. However, I will watch the rest of the video and see what other proofs you guys have in place, because this is, it is quite compelling stuff. But like I said, the part where I'm like, hey, how is this possible? If I'm going around the world, if I'm flying to Japan, then I'm going over Hawaii, but I can also go to Europe, and then I can go to Russia, and then go to Japan, and then come back to the United States, all going one direction. So, if that's the case, how is that happening?
So he's missing the fundamentals
some
here.
Some kind of round shape, for that to happen. I think a lot of it also has to do with perspective. Like, we are this big on an expansive level, so for us to actually try to gauge, like, the world is going to drop.
All right, said I wanted to give you guys a sneak peek of what I do for the Flat Curious project. Catch the full video of this. There's just an extra minute here, along with another 2 or another 3, however many more I'm going to put in the same show. But this is kind of what I do. I give people some of the best Flat Earth videos and say, hey, I'm going to pay you $5, watch 10 or 15 minutes of it, talk for 2 minutes. What do you think about this? And we get to see. Now, I can take it. He just went down a list of, what about this, that. And I can make a video on every one of those things. Or I can take and, cut like Adam was saying, or whatchamacallit called in a second ago, sorry, alcohol. And it was like, why don't you just take some of these hang-ups that they give us and make a video on that? Well, I could take a lot of these things from him. Yeah, totally. I could do that. So that's one of the things that that we're gaining from this. That's one of the most valuable aspects of this project, is to see what people's hang-ups are. Why are they saying, oh, you guys are dumb? Why are they saying that? And he said, while a lot of the stuff is compelling, so he's going to He's going to watch the rest of it. He's going to watch more stuff. He got 5 links. He's got plenty of good stuff to watch right now. Okay? Yep. So, that's good. $5. And thanks again, Harmon Walker, and Amanda McLeod, and anyone who's been donating recently. Sorry if I missed you. I'll try to put you in the show notes. But anyway, that's it. That's it for this show. I'm going to go ahead and do the pizza thing and get to cooking for the fam. Thanks, everybody. Address the chat before I go. Say hi and say bye. But thanks for popping in, showing your support. Adam Young, Lee Redpath, Geocentric Love. Hey, Bling Bling, the BS of the ISS. She says, I sure hope so. She was so sick. I'd never seen her in such a state. The x-rays showed so much sand in her small intestines. What in the world are we talking about? I hope that person is okay. I love it, Horry. Have to see people try to grok the truth after a lifetime of global eyes. Yeah, Geocentric Love. It's fun kind of giving them their first dose and seeing what it looks like. And they're in the comfort of their own home, They might be, just winding down from work, or they might be upset that, they took on this $5 job and for some reason didn't realize that they had to make a long video. They had trouble doing it and all that stuff. So anyway, 1 sec. All right, so it's like just showing them their first bit of Flat Earth. It's fun watching it, but not only the entertainment factor, it's good for us because we get to see what their hangups are. We get to, help people get over the speed bumps. And I'll tell them, hey, satellites? What do you think about these satellites coming down in Brazil with helium balloons still attached to them, huh? So triangulation, he hit the nail on the head. He was like, oh, well, some people will say satellites are not needed. Towers can triangulate your location. Guess what, buddy? Worked in the cell phone industry for 8 years. Yeah, that's exactly how they do it. Just towers. That's it. Just 3 towers. Like, I think 2 can do it, but still 3 will get you within like a few feet. If you have a GPS app, you know, GPS, you know what it stood for? Now we think it's Global Positioning System, right? Well, guess what it stood for before satellites were really a big thing, huh? Ground Positioning System. Right. GPS, Ground Positioning System. So, yes, that's how they're doing it. The 3 towers can triangulate you down to just a few feet. You can have a GPS thing on your phone. You can walk like this, and you can see your phone will change 1 pixel. Your little target dot will move 1 pixel if you just move a couple of feet in a building. They can, it's just cell phone towers. Don't think your phone's connecting to a satellite, okay? It's not happening. If that was the case, why do we lose planes when they go in the southern hemisphere? We have no satellites on that whole part of the globe? Why? We don't care about the thousands and thousands of dollars of airplanes going by or the invaluable lives that are traveling on it? We don't care to put some satellites in the southern hemisphere over the southern oceans because we don't care about what? How about there's no land masses over there to triangulate, and there's no satellites like we think there are. There's just not that many. They don't serve the same purpose. They're not up there to give us satellite TV. Okay. They're up there to spy on somebody. So, or see something. They're up there for other purposes, and I'm willing to bet they're quite nefarious. But that's a different story. I can't really say what. I do know they're hoisting them up with frickin' balloons, so I hope this guy would look into that, because I'll send him a video of one being hoisted up and crashing into the side of a van, nearly killing like 2 or 3 people in the process, destroying the van, hoisted up by balloons with forklifts and wires. Yeah, good stuff. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining. That's all I got for you. I'm gonna go cook a pizza. Much love, and we'll do another show for the Flat Curious project here coming up by this weekend, because I have enough stuff to do one already. It's just a matter of me putting it together and getting some more beer. No, I'm just kidding. I got enough beer actually. Just need the free time. So thanks. See you later, Bob. Flat Accord Music, Geocentric Love, Adam Geringer, Flat Earth Accord Music, Flat Accord Music, Morgan Ellis. Hey, how you doing? I will see y'all later, Shanna honey. Much love. That's it. Peace out. I'm here to wake people up. Who's with me?